As the number of days left in the 2023 bow season got lower, we had to lower our expectations a little bit as we still had no venison in the freezer. So in this video, I'll be showing you guys the last 2 hunts of my bow season. And one of those hunts was the craziest hunt of my life. But let's get started with day 1. Oh yeah, it's a nice buck. So we saw a lot of deer on day 1, and one of them was a pretty giant one that we definitely would have shot, but it didn't get close enough. But day 2 was the last day that we were going to be bow hunting of the year, so at this point, I really just need to get something down and get some meat in the freezer. On day 2, I headed out hunting with my grandpa, and we got out to the stand at about 10:30, and we were setting up the decoy when something crazy happened. So my grandpa was finishing setting up the decoy, and I was back at the stand just waiting to get up in the stand, and he was almost done setting up the decoy, and I looked over, and a giant buck was running straight at my grandpa. At first, I wasn't sure, like, was it going after the decoy? Was it gonna try to, like, smash into him or something? I wasn't sure, but it was coming straight at him full speed. I was so shocked by this, and I was wondering, like, do I go get the bow real quick? So I slowly started walking over towards the bow, and the deer just got closer to my grandpa, and it was about 20 yards away from him, and it stopped and looked at him. And he wasn't looking because he was setting up the decoy and he was facing the other way, so he had no idea that it was there. Then the deer started to run away, and it ran about 20 more yards away from my grandpa, so it was probably 40 yards away from him, a little bit further away than that for me. But I quickly grabbed the bow, and I tried to put an arrow in real quick, and then the deer snorted, and that's when my grandpa actually noticed, because he was facing the other way, because he was setting up the decoy, so he didn't notice until it snorted, and then the giant buck ran away. And this would have been the biggest deer of my life. It was gigantic. And that was super disappointing, because had we been getting out there like 5 minutes earlier, we probably would have got that giant buck, because it came right in. I don't know if it was going for the decoy or what was really happening. That's my best guess, though. So we quickly got up into the tower, and we were pretty frustrated. And right when we got in, we sat down, and my grandpa started opening up the windows. And I look over to my right, and we had been in the sand for like literally 30 seconds. And I saw a deer running towards the food plot. So we had seen 2 deer, one of them being giant, and then this other one I didn't know what it was yet, and it was all within like 2 minutes. At this point, we knew that the deer was between like 6 and 8 points. It definitely wasn't like the biggest one of my life or anything, but it was still a nice deer. While my grandpa was taking the quiver off and putting the arrow in, I remembered that I had the camera in my pocket, and I had like a hat on and stuff, so I didn't really have time to put the camera on because it was all happening so quickly. So I quickly grabbed the camera out of my pocket, pressed record, and set it on the ground. This way I have video that shows you guys what's going on, and you guys can hear everything that's going on, but you can't exactly see like me shooting the deer. But I'll play that clip for you guys right now. Oh, it's all blurry. I can't see this. Tell me when. Not yet. Get ready. You see? I can't see. No, it's getting worse.
decoy. I'm standing with the decoy. 12-inch tines comes running, sees he snorts and runs away. We get in the stand. I get the railing up and get everything set up. Another buck comes across from the right and gets 20 yards away, and Blake smoked it. I think it's a big 6. We were in the stand literally 5 minutes, not even 2 minutes. I didn't even have the arrow in yet, or the quiver off. He came right to the decoy, I saw blood pouring out of it. It ran across the river. I think we should give it a little time. That first one, though, if you'd have been here 15 minutes sooner, it was absolutely gigantic. It was huge. We're gonna get him gun hunting. This thing's dead. I saw blood just pouring out of it.
We gave the deer a couple hours to sit, even though we were pretty positive that it was dead, and we took out my tracking dog Remy to track the deer for us.
That's a good boy. What did you find? Good boy. Good boy, Rem.
Good boy.
Good boy, Remy. Here you hold
Oh,
it.
it's heavy. Really?
I don't know if that one.
Is that
I don't know if that one.
Throughout this bow season, we've had tons of fun and had a lot of good times. We've done a ton of practicing. And we went through a lot of hard work to try to attract in that big buck. And then we waited hours and hours, many days, waiting for that opportunity. And now it all paid off with a great buck and memories that'll last forever.